So I have to take the fuse box out of my engine bay. Inspect all the wiring, and then likely, because I'm not getting power to one of my fuse terminals, like I'm gonna have to replace a whole shit ton of wiring, bro. Now, my car starts and it drives, it runs, but there's no fan, there's no radiator fan, coolant fan, and there's no blower, meaning that I can't circulate air in the cabin. Like my interior fan doesn't work. Which is doubly bad. If you know anything, if your car's overheating, you just turn your heat on, open up the vents, turn the fan on high, and the heater system will, vent that excess heat from the engine bay, right? I don't have that right now. And it's summer, right? So I'm trying to get the car. The car is how I've been maintaining the car. So I go out and I do deliveries in the car, and then I get money, and then it's like I throw the money literally into the car. It's an old car, so it's like, I'm just trying to get as far as I can get with it. And I would say that I've reached the point where it's like I want to be done with this car, but at the same time, every time I gotta come like do something or I'm working on it or whatever, it's like I'm very grateful. I have to thank God, because not only am I working on a platform that is relatively simple to understand, I still can drive the car around. It's not like super convenient or comfortable, but it's like I could drive the car around still. So I'm just at a place where I'm like just so tired of fucking working on it and diagnosing it that this electrical issue I've been chasing for like the better part of a month now, it's like the only solution really is to inspect every electrical component of this car. And it's like, I remember when I was a kid and I had a Power Wheels, right? Me and my sister both had a Power Wheels. And I remember like the battery not wanting to charge on my Power Wheels. And so I would like just be fucking with it. Not even a lot of wires in them Power Wheels back in the day, but it's like I would just be messing with it, like thinking like I was cool, it was fun messing with it, like I'm an electrician, I'm a mechanic, whatever the fuck, right? It's like I'm doing that same exact shit now as an adult, but it's like this is not fun. It's not fun, and I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm not grateful that I have the capacity to do this, to find solutions to my problems. But this is not fun. This is not fun. This is not fun. In fact, I'll be honest with you, this shit is kind of scary. Like, for the most part, just know, as long as you have, as long as your circuit is not closed, meaning that your battery is, the negative terminal is disconnected, you won't really have any issues with getting like electrocuted or shocked or anything. But it's like, you don't get to forget that is what you're dealing with. You don't get to, it's like, there's times where it's like, if I'm making a pizza, it's like I'll forget that a margarita pizza, you gotta hit it with some olive oil. But you won't really, you'll notice, but like, it's okay if I forgot. If I'm testing some electrical shit, and I forget that my system is grounded, or if I don't recognize that I'm effectively acting as a ground in some capacity on the system, and then I interact with the system that has a partial charge running through it, it's like I'm you get me? So I'll be fried out here. So I'm tired because the thing I need to do, right? I've been out here working on this, trying to diagnose my issue for like at least 5 hours, 6 hours probably. We're now at the point where my frustration has reached a level such that knowing I have an idea of what the real solution could be, if I try to implement it now, I'm gonna fuck up and make a mistake. I came outside today, got in my car with the intention of repairing my problem. We were unsuccessful. We were successful in other things, but we were not successful in alleviating the issues we're dealing with vehicularly at the moment, right? So, knowing that I could fuck up and it's not really worth it for me to fuck up, I actually have to table this whole project until tomorrow. And this is one of the things, it's like, I was just talking about this. You can't think about a solution to something because you'll get further from the solution to it. The real solution to everything is to have enough energy to try. If you become too invested, which is your ego is anytime you're too invested. If you become too invested in the outcome of your ideas, at some point you will give up. At some point you will give up. At some point you will meet a failure that destroys you, right? I hope I never meet a failure that destroys me. So I failed today, and it's okay that I failed today in what I was attempting to do, because what I was attempting to do was some shit based out of my ego. What I really want ultimately is to not have any like problems with operating my car. But the problems are just the problems. It is what it is. Whether it's this problem or it'll be another problem at some point, it's going to be a problem at some point for something whenever. And it's like, my goal is not to be free of problems, because I don't believe that that's even possible. My goal is to be able to see through the solution to a problem without creating more problems, which it is necessary to remove your ego in addressing problems in order to not incur further problems. Now, am I perfect? No. So has my ego been kind of wrapped up in like solving this issue? Absolutely. Has that contributed to the reason I haven't found the solution, purportedly up until this point? Absolutely. Is part of the reason that my ego gets involved and I get stressed because I gotta go out and spend money on parts that's like, it's not gonna feed me, it's not gonna house me, it's not gonna do any of this shit. It's just me trying to bounce forward again after falling back because the situation with my car is inconvenient. So I'm just saying, like, you got to look at the totality of everything that you're doing, everything that you participate in, because you won't find, you won't see any relevant contextual clues to the solutions to your problems without having full understanding that 80% of the reason that you have this problem is that you see it as a problem and you see it as something that you have to overcome, as opposed to a problem you've already acknowledged and you're simply waiting to remove the ego in order to see the solution, to then implement the solution. And then guess what? If the solution you implement is not the solution, as long as you've removed your ego, it was just a part of the solution. It may not have been the final solution, but it was a part of the solution. And it's your ego that will tell you, I'm just throwing money at this. Like, I've done this, and this, and it hasn't worked. Your ego will tell you, like, hey, you're fucking up because you're just throwing money into this and it's not fixing anything. It's like, no, the real version of you that knows that there's a solution to something is going to solve it by releasing it. That's just what it is, bro. Like, I'm gonna be 100% with you. Like, as a human, you don't know nothing. We don't know anything. The only thing that we learn from is experience. So maybe you need to have the experience of, like, sinking a bunch of your money into a solution that's not the actual solution. Like, maybe you need it, right? And really, you're going to have a lot better thoughts and a lot better thinking if you accept that, as opposed to reject that and feel like you're supposed to be right all the time. You feel like you're supposed to get everything right on the first try. You're just shooting yourself in the foot, because now you're operating out of the ego is essentially walking through life with your eyes closed. Operating out of your ego is like walking through life with your eyes closed. Not that you're blind. You can see. You're just choosing to walk around everywhere with your eyes closed. That's what the ego does to you. It's what it does in your brain. And so there's conversations you need to have. Like, there's you need to kind of talk yourself down off the ledge of you believing that you're not capable, so that you can be not even neutral, but just be, so you can rest. Once you're resting, then the things that are necessary for you become super apparent. They become really apparent. But rest and stress can't coexist. You're gonna do one or the other. You're either gonna stress the fuck out or you're gonna rest. And a lot of people will rest and do things that they think is restful to them, and it's really causing them stress. And then there's people that could be could be better aware of, like, what stresses them out, but instead, like, they get depressed. And so rather than recognizing what stresses them, they just exist in a state of perpetual depression. But depression is not rest. It's really stress. It's really unaddressed stress. So why am I making this fucking video, bro? I'm just making this video because I'm not giving up. Because to give up would mean, like, I'm, like, not gonna address this again. I absolutely will address the issues I'm having again, but I'm going to rest. Because the solution to my problem I can't even enter the same atmosphere as the solution if I'm stressed. The solution will find me as long as I'm rested.